down. I mean, that is a lateral full speed cut that completely pulls everybody on the defense. And that's some of the quickness that we saw in practice a year ago. And now here he goes again. Marshawn Lynch is missed, but this guy was the leading rusher a season ago.
Lynch was hurt a lot last year. Rawls got hurt toward the end of the year. They had to go with Christian Michael. This is caught at the 49-yard line by...
And second, Jimmy Graham on the other side.
On the option here, juggled, and this is Philly Brown.
A little bit of the sort of triple option here, and you're going to have on the outside, there's Cam Chancellor playing against Cam Newton. But there were two guys sitting on the pitch outside, and Philly Brown probably gave him a thanks a lot.
In the diamond formation. Off the play fake. Newton wanted to go long. Now he's got to spin around. Has to settle for short. And it is Greg Olsen. And Newton's pass is caught, and then spinning around and trying to get that first down is Ginn. Very close, and looks as if they will give it to him.
I think we know a little more sometimes, and I'll reserve comment.
From the 41-yard line, here is Jonathan Stewart running with a field goal, and they've never looked back. Leading 30-7 as Newton launches one. You got action all over the place. And incomplete. Now Sherman is down, and for the moment a few hearts stopped in this building with Thomas already out.
Richard Sherman likes better than those freebies like that.
3rd and 8. Here comes the blitz. Newton gets it away as he got contacted, intended for Brown. It's incomplete. Pressure put on by Averill. Sherman covers on the play. 4th down.
Going to play in the slot and on the other side, and he's still the best option they have.
There's Pilardi to punt. Those numbers brought to you from the world headquarters of Pro Football Focus. As Lockett makes the fair catch. Seahawks now from the 10-yard line. They start this drive with a handoff here. It was Frank Gore. That's right, for the Colts. We did that game too. 2nd and 13. And that's caught out here by Doug Baldwin. And he gets run out of bounds up at the 11.
Not just being a receiver, but making some plays blocking as well.
3rd and 9 as Wilson surveys, fires, caught, 21-yard line, 1st down. That's Tanner McAvoy, who was targeted.
And giving him a chance to use that size.
To the outside, and this is Lockett, and this time he gets pinned behind hurt, and he's out for a while. So Farmer and Pope are the guys, but at least they get Rawls back. And then swing it out here to Baldwin. And Doug Baldwin is out of bounds.
He wants these guys to be individuals, and he gets plenty of them.
He's anything but old school, even though he's the oldest coach in the league.
Yep.
At 65. And Wilson gets taken down to the 23.
Off the spot. He's been off the spot and out and around and beating them, though.
John Ryan to punt. His first punt of the night. And it's out of bounds up at around the 35-yard line. 6:15 left in the 3rd. You never know. Splits wide to the right here. The ball is at the 35-yard line as Newton fires, and it's grabbed by Ted Ginn. 9-yard gain.
That is definitely a blessing.
Yeah, well, this is the 7th time in 5 seasons that he's played against them. These two teams are meeting almost as much as they're in the same division. And Newton goes down. That's Rubin who comes in and pressures him to force him to sling it away. 3rd and 1.
Wonder how much the whole Josh Norman thing tilted the scale on this season, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. 3rd and 1. 44. And this is Stewart. And not just Chris. It's not just the fact they gave up.
Everybody like, what?
Yep.
I thought I was franchised. I didn't think I could go anywhere. He didn't want to go anywhere.
From the 48-yard line, all kinds of time for Cam. And then he gets it picked off. Flag is thrown, though. Terrell with the interception, and we'll see if it stands. And the run back as well. And he's got some blocking. And he gets knocked down finally at the 30-yard line. Even Newton was in on the play at the end, and there's another flag down at the end of the play.
There's 2 fouls in the play. Pass interference, defense. After the change of possession, illegal low block, quarterback number 1. By rule, we'll replay the down.
After all that, ball at the 48. Back at a 1st and 10. And that's caught, grabbed by Devin Funchess, who's the 6'4",
Some of that play action wasn't either.
And there goes Newton again, going to the end zone and off the hands of Ed Dixon. Ravens played there with Joe Flacco for several seasons. 2nd down and 10. Newton says, let's go, let's go, let's go. Play clock down to 1. He'll run it himself. Flag is thrown.
Holding, offense number 74. 10-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
That's Mike Remmers.
Let's get some attention.
Yep. 2nd and 20 from the 42. And Newton throws and dropping to the ground after making the catch is Ted Ginn. 16. And Newton throws, and that's juggled, bobbled, and hauled in for a 1st down by Devin Funchess.
Brave throw, all bobbled up in the air, floating around, and the long arms of Devin Funchess reeled it in as Cam Newton was taking it on the other side from Frank Clark.
At the 14. And again, incomplete, trying to go to the end.
On receivers because he's gotten that sort of support on the other side.
2nd down and 10 from the 14-yard line. And this time Newton's going to run it, but he's not going to be able to get by K.J. Wright, who envelops him behind the line of scrimmage.
And then exploding up in the hole to make a play. Those two are awfully good together. Bobby Wagner, K.J. Wright.
Newton on 3rd and 12, and that pass is low and incomplete.
Got the one-on-one matchup down at the bottom with Benjamin and Sherman.
And Newton fires, and that's incomplete at the goal line, but a flag is thrown. Intended for Benjamin. You got Sherman right there, and you might have offensive pass interference.
Pass interference, offense number 13. There's the flag. 1st down.
He'd have a little fun, and why not? His team is up by 23 with 16.5 minutes to go. Seattle begins this drive from the 16. And that's Nick Van Adt making the...
George Fant, he's plenty good enough athlete. He's just learning a position.
Yeah, he broke in mid-season.
Offense number 78. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Rookie did a pretty good job.
Curve and the athleticism, plenty good enough to play left tackle in this league.
And the Seattle offensive line, 2 rookie starters. That's caught, and that's going to be a 1st down. And slugging his way with a flag thrown is Cursed, McLean covering.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense number 27. 15-yard penalty, automatic. 1st down.
And that is McLean. Marshawn Lynch is in the house. There he is. Retired after so many good seasons in Seattle, making his presence known.
Messing with him a little bit, having some fun.
Having a little fun.
Getting a little kidney shot there.
Yep.
Boy, he is some player, though, wasn't he? Holy smokes.
30-7, end of 3. Sunday Night Football resumes after these messages. Cowboys Giants a week from tonight. First down as we start the fourth quarter here. And this is Rawls and Schneider, who's the GM here in Seattle. If they go out and they can find somebody like that to begin with. Second down and 6. Thomas Rawls stopped for no gain.
And play left tackle with how little experience he has in this game. It's really remarkable.
Third and 6. And Wilson throws, and that'll be a first down. Doug Baldwin. Well, Baldwin tonight, he hasn't made much.
Actually had to send him a letter that basically told him how much they really did want him and how valuable he could be to them.
And getting free and wide open, speaking of one, Mr. Baldwin. So after he'd caught 6 for 36.
Inside, and then Terrell McClain looks at him, or Robert McClain, and thinking that here's a guy that is just blocking, takes a step up, and then Baldwin gets right behind him. All the little things when you help. I don't think that's what Ezekiel Elliott was looking for, that cropped off shirt.
No, me neither.
Fireman Ed.
Household growing up. Martellus is his brother.
Gosh.
And Wilson throws to the end zone, and it's almost intercepted. And the intended receiver, Graham, has to wind up playing, in effect, defensive back.
You have really high hopes for, as they do Worley, but not quite the same.
Third and 8, and Wilson fires, caught. Graham tries to back his way into the end zone, and they hold him out. But it's going to be a first down and goal as he drops the mic. Goal. Rawls has 2 touchdowns tonight on 2 runs. And this time it is Wilson throwing, and it's Graham for the touchdown. Jimmy Graham, who almost got in on the prior pass play, does this time.
Jimmy Graham, who gives you the reverse spike dunk, whatever you want to call that, sort of in your face.
3 touchdowns have come on runs, 2 by Rawls and the 75-yarder by Lockett. Hauschka bangs it through, and with 11-0, totally dominant, 472 yards of offense for the home club. Wild card berth. That is next Sunday night on Sunday Night Football. And we'll tell you about the following Sunday after this first play of the drive. And this is Stewart. And we're flexing into the following week, which is
flexing into Sunday Night Football. We get a chance to watch it.
And they are. They knocked off San Diego on the road today. And there's a big hole here exploited by Jonathan Stewart all the way to the Seattle 46-yard line. 2 yards a carry prior to that burst. Newton started to stumble and then just flings that one out of bounds.
This is a pretty formidable pass rush right now.
Well, we've seen a lot of spin moves. That was a pretty good one.
Yep.
And that's tipped, and it's incomplete. Ted Ginn couldn't hit. Harder on the 3rd and 17 in the second quarter. 3rd and 10. And a little bit behind and incomplete, intended for Funchess. That'll make it 4th down.
But you like Seattle's chances for me.
I do.
Yeah.
I think I do. And that one will bound into the end zone. Yeah, I do like their chances. Sustained that concussion in the game against New Orleans a couple of weeks ago. So the backup quarterback, Trevon Boykin, will come in, the rookie out of TCU, free agent. So he's the guy who backs up Wilson. And in that game, as Boykin throws, and that's caught by Tyler Lockett. We all thought, and even the players, so we talked to a couple of them, roster again.
I thought it was scary to see him in tears like that. I thought something happened that he considered to be sort of career ending, and we couldn't quite figure out exactly what it was. But to see,
just like you said, Ed, he loves football. I asked if his family is pushing back on that decision at all, and he said they just want me to be smart.
Yeah, well, and you got Rawls, and his big night keeps on going. I'm sorry, it was Pope. Just had the numbers backwards.
Sometimes that guard position can be confusing with all those loops and stunts, and he doesn't have much experience. He is a guy that can move people in the run game.
And 239 on the ground and maybe one or two more. I was thinking about, Kuechly.
I look at things much differently maybe than I did as a player or a coach or even a broadcaster as I look at the whole big picture now. But this is a superstar player with another good 8 to 10 years in front of him from the concussion standpoint, and thought that all the protocols were actually making a difference.
On 3rd and 7, going deep downfield, making the catch along the sideline is Jermaine Kearse.
Oh my goodness, Kearse I think got away with one there.
Foul, roughing the passer, defense, number 96. 15-yard penalty, first down.
And that was Horton who put the heat on, and Boykin was able to hang in there and still get it down the sideline for 31 yards.
Let's take a look. Sometimes these guys are so good at these little subtle push-offs. See if he got one here. Just enough, and it doesn't look like much, but it sort of propels you forward and the other guy back just a notch, and then you can make.
Started since the first game of his rookie season. 1st and goal, and they give the ball now to Farmer. And I'll make it 2nd and goal. We're under 5 minutes now to play.
The hardest in winning the battles they play.
2nd and goal, and the stuff in the backfield is Pope. You think about, there's a 53-man.
There's another one right there that sort of came from nowhere. George Fant there, starting left tackle. I still can't get over his story to get to be left tackle in this league.
3rd and goal. Flush Boykin out. And that pass is incomplete. You look at Boykin, who's 6 feet, short for a quarterback. Wilson is 5'10" and 5'8". So what they did is they went out and they got a backup quarterback that could sort of run the same sort of offense that Wilson runs. Good. This would be his 4th field goal of the night. And it's good. Well, this one was already over before that. And 3 more, though. See, you get the conference championship game in your ballpark. Assuming you get there. A yard into the end zone. Fozzie Whitaker bumps into his own man and gets taken down up at the 30-yard line. 0 pass rating. You got it. 1 pass, 1 pick.
Have a wardrobe malfunction.
Right. That's right. And this is Stewart picking up 3. So let's take a look.
Just improbable ways.
Did it again today, and this is Mike Tolbert who gets a carry. Mike Tolbert was the guy who was going to be the recipient of the first pass of the game and couldn't handle it, leading on Thursday.
Yeah.
Looking at the forecast, the high of 22. 3rd and 5. And that'll be a first down as Brenton Burson. NBA.
You know what? I would like to do one NBA game.
Oh, I love doing the NBA. This is Mike Tolbert. Taken down to the 42 by Bobby Wagner. It hit a drive 3 fairways over. 2nd and 10 from the 42. The draw play here. Straight up the middle goes Tolbert.
Looks like he gets younger every year, too.
Yep. And the game will end on a little Tolbert run. And that will wrap it up. Collegiality and this one from Seattle.